Just 11 days remaining, Spaza shop owners are being urged to register their businesses. In November last year, President Cyril Ramaphosa announced that Spaza shop owners had 21 days to register their businesses following hundreds of cases of foodborne illnesses in parts of the country. Nearly 30 people died after consuming snacks purchased at some Spaza shop. So let's now get an update with the COGTA Minister Velenkosini Hlabisa. And this is also now following a decision to have that deadline postponed to the end of this month. And the Minister is now joining us online. Minister, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning. How far do you think we are as a country from the various municipalities that have reported with regards to the re-registration of these Spaza shops?
Good morning, Aldrin, and the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. Indeed, as we are now on a countdown to 28 February as a cutoff date for registration, we have gone a long way. Our municipalities have been activated after the festive season to ensure that they assist all people who want to make applications for Spaza shops and other food handling outlets. Next week, we will be compiling our statistics and ensuring how many are South Africans and how many are foreign nationals, if any, and are they meeting the requirements, so that by the time when the deadline hits 28 February, we know exactly the registered Spaza shops and other food handling outlets, and then ensure that those who are not registered are not allowed to operate illegally.
What happens after the 28th of February? Because you understand that with this process, it's more the application itself. It doesn't necessarily mean that you will get the accreditation as well as the permit to operate the business.
The Spaza shops that must be operating and other food handling outlets after 28 February must be those who have met the deadline in terms of doing their applications. And thereafter, after 28, there will be site visits to ensure what was reflected in the application actually exists, and then compliance in terms of the place where a person is operating will also be verified. And then there will be a letter that indicates the compliance while the process of getting a license is being persuaded. And those people, therefore, can start to apply to the available fund of $500 million that the government made under the Small Business Department to ensure that they are able to put their outlets or Spaza shops at the acceptable level to sell goods in a clean environment to our people and especially our children.
Yeah. So any other business that wants to make this application post the 28th of February would surely still be allowed to do so, right?
In terms of applying at any time, yeah. But you cannot operate before every process is done as it is allowed now. So anytime when a person feels, I want to get into this business, can wake up and go to the municipality and follow the process. And once everything has been done, then he or she will open that business once it has been verified.
Yeah. On the 100 billion rand that will be made available, can you just explain to us what the criteria would be that would be used here for the applicants, who qualifies, who doesn't qualify, and also going back again to the question around foreign nationals. The MEC for Economic Development in Gauteng about 2 weeks ago had a press briefing where he was giving an update on the number of people that have applied and applications that have been received, and amongst those include foreign nationals, who've also had some of them who have met the minimum criteria of meeting the minimum criteria for having their permits issued by the various municipalities. But in terms of the fund itself, would they also qualify to get money from this particular fund?
Aldrin, first of all, it is 500 million.
Sorry, half of it.
500 million rand.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Now, that is administered by another department. But what will happen is as follows. Once a person has been verified and found the business existing and complies with basic minimum requirements as reflected in the application, then that business person will approach the Department of Small Businesses and make an application. All you do, you state that I am a Spaza shop owner or a food handling outlet located here. This is what I'm doing. I'm applying. Either I want to upgrade the internal part of the business, put shelves, ensure the proper infrastructure is there. It looks at a variety of things that a business person can apply for in order to make the business good to operate. I think I can go as far as that, Aldrin. In relation to foreign nationals, a foreign national must confirm that he has the amount to invest in South Africa. And if you have an amount of 5 million rand to invest, you can't go and apply for another help, because what is it that you are applying for? This money is basically meant for the South African people who will be getting into or have been operating this business and want to put it at a standard. A person, as I said, with a proven available money of 5 billion rand will not need to apply in this fund.
Yeah. Would this then also apply to people who have received the refugee status in the country, who enjoy all of the rights that South Africans enjoy outside of voting? Does this mean that they too won't be able to apply for this 500 million?
Foreign national, if you came on a refugee status, you are a refugee, you are not a business person. If you want to do business, you need to apply that now I want to do business. I have this amount of money. Here is a bank account where this money is kept in South Africa, because now I'm no longer a refugee, but I want to do business. So it's a different thing. You will have to apply accordingly as a person who wants to do investment in South Africa.
Okay. Okay. And then finally, quickly, Minister, tomorrow we have the budget speech that will be delivered by the Minister of Finance. Just quickly from a more technical perspective, with the Government of National Unity, how does it work when the members of the GNU contribute towards the budget that will be delivered tomorrow? What's the process that is followed?
Let me say, because I sit in the cabinet, and parties in the GNU are part of the cabinet. These discussions are engaged, firstly, at a departmental level. All departments participate in the process, making submissions, which is discussed by a relevant committee, and those submissions are taken to the Minister of Finance, and the Minister of Finance goes to Cabinet. We had the COGTA. The COGTA identifies areas of focus and funding. The budget should address the areas of focus. We make a contribution to the SONA, to the President, and the President has spoken. Once he has spoken, the Finance Minister look at what the President committed, because it is based on the departmental needs. And at a cabinet level, we do engagement. And of course, Aldrin, man is not equal to needs. Every department comes with its needs, and they cannot be all met, but there are basic things that are being met. In short, we participate in the budget process. The truth is, you cannot be satisfied with all what you want, like in a family. And then the responsible thing, once the budget has been pronounced tomorrow, then you start planning according to what has been finally announced or conveyed to the nation by the finance minister, but we are part of it.
You are part of it. Okay, so during the State of the Nation address, the President unveiled a plan to rescue local government in Sona. What are your expectations in terms of the funds that are required to bring that plan to life when the Minister delivers his speech tomorrow?
They should concentrate on infrastructure, and every infrastructure happens at a municipal space. The grants given to municipalities should be given more attention in order to meet the expectations of the community and also the commitment that was made by the president. And a close follow-up will be made on the grants available, because you find that a lot of money goes back to National Treasury in February the following year, having not spent. We will be putting a close eye, giving close support in terms of manpower, especially under MEEC, because many municipalities fail to use this money, and the money go back, the commitment made by the president, and the needs that have been expressed by them, the municipality themselves, only to find they can't fulfill it simply because they fail to use money. The allocated money, there will be extra support that we will give from day one to ensure that come December, they have spent more than 50%.
Yeah, and then that list that you were busy compiling last year, looking at the various municipalities that are not stable, have you completed that list? And also looking into the intervention that is required, is the city of Joburg one of those municipalities?
Yes, city of Joburg is amongst those. We have a dashboard list of 35 indicated green and 10 indicated red, the worst performing in South Africa. As I'm saying, is a dashboard. It's something that you see just when you open your eyes, you say, oh, here they are. You can just say in a second or two, you can scan the dashboard. We know all of them. We will be putting our hands on them, but also giving support other than putting pressure. Once we've given support, we will apply pressure that you must perform.
Yeah. With the city of Joburg, what sort of pressure are you looking at?
I would not like to single out one amongst 35 municipalities, but we will firstly give support. What support is needed, and we will ensure that we are on board, having understood, because we have done diagnosis in all of them. And that is why I wouldn't want to zoom in only one, like we are targeting one. But once every support has been given, all that we will ensure is that you comply, look at the audit outcome. As you are aware, the audit outcome was not good for the city of Joburg. We look at the audit outcome, address the issues the AG raised now, look at your aging infrastructure, ensure that the maintenance is done properly. Just quick things to do. Target number one, allow no sewage running down the street as a first priority, while you address all other matters, but there should be emergency things that you solve now.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. Velenkosini Hlabisa is the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, also the leader of the IFP in relation to the Government of National Unity. As we know that the budget speech is being delivered tomorrow by the Finance Minister. And then, of course, the looming deadline for all food handling outlets as well as Spaza shops to register their businesses. Still to come here on the